Alright, budget magic time. We are partying. Partying hard, partying down, partying on. Need some new Zendikar Rising cards? You can get them today from our sponsor, Card Kingdom. Just head over to cardkingdom.com. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic, and today we're throwing a party in Standard. We are playing Rakdos Party Aggro, and the reason I'm excited for this deck, outside of trying out the party mechanic, is this is a deck that is super cheap even on Arena. I know Budget Magic's a little weird in the era of Arena because decks that are super cheap in paper, super cheap on Moto, are sometimes not super cheap on Arena because of how the economy works. But this deck, it is super cheap everywhere. In paper, it's under 50 bucks. On Arena, it is 2 mythics and 2 rares, which is about as cheap as it can get for a standard deck on Arena. So super duper ultra budget, even if you're trying to put it together with wildcards on Arena. So let's talk about this deck, jump into some games, see Rakdos Party Aggro in Standard. Is it time for party to be thrown to shine in the Standard format? So first off, we have Lurrus the Dream Den as our companion, and the power of Lurrus is it gives us some late game reach, the ability to rebuild after removal, after rest, especially in conjunction with Call the Death Dweller, which can get back a Lurrus that dies, can also just reanimate our cheap stuff. So every creature in our deck is either 1 or 2 mana. We are all the cheapest, most efficient, most aggressive party creatures, which allows us to companion Lurrus, and then allows us to use Lurrus and Call the Death Dweller to rebuild after rest, to fight through removal spells in the late game. So that's kind of one of the key aspects of our deck, this late game resilience thanks to a light reanimation package, I would say. Then we have our party stuff, and the key to building a party deck is we need a mixture of party tribes. So first off, we have our clerics. For clerics, we have Archfiend's Vessel, Malakar Blood Priest. Both are very strong, but very strong in different ways. Archfiend's Vessel, it's just a 1 mana 1/1 cleric, so it does up our party tribe member count. However, the big deal is if it dies, or we can sacrifice it, and we can get it back into play with Lurrus or with Call the Death Dweller, we end up getting a 5/5 demon. So sometimes we just play Archfiend's Vessel, or discard it, or sacrifice it, and then get it back on turn 3 with reanimation, and have a 5/5, use that 5/5 to win the game. Malakar Blood Priest, it's kind of like a weird mini party-focused Grey Merchant of Asphodel, drains equal to the number of party members we control. So if we get a full party, this 2-drop is going to hit our opponent for 4, gain us 4, which is absolutely insane, and then we can potentially get it back into play later in the game, drain again to close out the game. So some direct damage, some reach to close out the game, and a little bit of a buffer to our life total. Then we have our warriors, and warrior-wise, we have Fireblade Charger, which is just kind of meh. It's a 1 mana 1/1 that deals the damage when it dies. We don't have any shenanigans for it, but it does up our party count. More important is Gotrek Budcatcher, which is actually really strong in an aggro deck, especially a party aggro deck. By itself, it's a 2 mana 2/2 when it attacks with Trample. The big deal is once we get more party members, this is a 2-drop that can potentially be attacking for 5 with Trample, which is actually very aggressive and very strong. Wizard-wise, we only got 1, Fissure Wizard, and this is probably the worst card in our deck. Just a 2 mana 2/1 wizard that when it enters the battlefield, we can discard a card, draw a card. It does have some synergy though. It's a wizard. Most importantly, we do want to be able to hit a full party sometimes, and it allows us to discard cards, which works well with Lurrus and Call the Death Dweller. As far as rogues, our last party tribe, we have Acquisitions Expert, kind of a new and improved Bugler Rat. By itself, it's a Bugler Rat. And with help, it can turn into a Thoughtseize with a body almost, where we see essentially our opponent's entire hand take their best card. We have one Robber of the Rich, which is really good in the deck, but it's a mythic, so just one of, but potentially stealing our opponent's cards, especially in control matchups. Otherwise, our other mythic is one Kroxa Titan of Deathhunger, which does 2 things. It combos with Lurrus, because we can keep casting it from our graveyard for 2 mana every turn, making our opponent discard, maybe getting in some damage, and it's really good against rogues. Against rogues, Kroxa is a way we can just keep exiling cards from our graveyard, to keep cards out of our graveyard, to not turn on our opponent's lords, and their Thieves Guild Enforcers, and all those shenanigans. Otherwise, for utility spells, Village Rites gives us some really cheap card advantage, and a way to get creatures in our graveyard for Lurrus, Call the Death Dweller. Feed the Swarm, Deadly Alliance for removal. Mana base wise, this is where the deck is a bit clunky. Mana base, we have Bloodfell Caves as a dual land. We have one Castle Lockwood and a bunch of basic lands. So just be warned, like the mana is functional enough, but there are some games, because we only have one dual land, where we just get color screwed. We have like all swamps but red cards in hand, all mountains but black cards in hand. So that is the easiest way to upgrade this deck. If you are playing this on Arena and you have Temple of Malice, Fabled Passages, anything like that, throwing those in over some basic lands is going to make the deck a little bit more consistent. So keep that in mind if you do decide to party down in Standard. As far as the sideboard, Duress, Mind Drain, discard against control decks, Shock, Scorching Dragonfire, Feed the Swarm, Shredding Sails, removal customization for creature decks. Shredding Sails also good at hitting Lucky Clovers, which is relevant. And that is super duper ultra budget Rakdos Party Aggro for Standard. That's our budget Magic deck to this week. So let's jump into some games, see if it's time to party in Standard. Can the party actually work? Let's find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. All right, budget Magic time. We are getting aggressive this week with Rakdos Party Aggro. It's a party, and it's actually, this deck's super cheap. It's 2 rares, 2 mythics, and on Magic Arena, and under $50 in paper, so it is about as cheap as a Magic the Gathering deck can be. And it's a party! Who doesn't want a party? Phone it. Oh, tap land. Well, play a land in. This seems like a good Robber of the Rich matchup. If our opponent's playing Salundi Visions, get in, hit ya, steal a Salundi Visions. Okay. Salundi Visions isn't especially helpful to us. Opponent. Pathway. Passes. Well, go to combat. Attack. Steal a land. Opponent takes it down to 14. We'll play the Swamp, and let's just Fissure Wizard, playing around the Force Spike counterspell. Discard Feed the Swarm. Ship the turn. Alright, opponent has removal for our Robber of the Rich. Yeah. I mean, eventually we'll be able to get it back with Luris. Tap land for our opponent passes. Well, go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Down to 11. Play the Bug Catcher. Tap land, gain a life. I mean, the party's on! We're partying hard at the moment. Opponent, you got more removal? I mean, I'm sure our opponent's deck has a ton of removal. Alright, Heartless Act Part 2. Opponent is down to 11, though, which is good. Island for our opponent. Tomb. Well, that's a bit slow, but okay. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent. Down to 8. Charger. Blood Priest. Opponent down to 5. Oh, opponent needs something good here. They need a Wrath. They need a Wrath. I'm not even 100% sure Extinction Event does it. I guess Extinction Event on evens is good. I mean, I guess Extinction Event's still good. Opponent Crawling Barrens and passes. Oh, go to combat. Attack. Do we see a Crawling Barrens? Cling to Dust on Robber of the Rich. Okay. So that keeps our opponent alive-ish. We will get Luris. We'll play the land. We'll pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. Well, now Extinction Event definitely doesn't do it. Scries. Desperately. To the bottom. They gain life with this next turn, but if we win this turn, that doesn't matter. Opponent. Land. Do you have a sweeper? Bloodchief's Thirst. Okay, that doesn't do it. Opponent. Passing. Well, go to combat. Attack ya. And opponent dies. All right. Well, that was a pretty good party against the control deck. We were aggro enough that our opponent had a lot of removal, but it wasn't enough to actually win the game. So we will bring in the Duresses. We will go down the 2 Feed the Swarms, I think. Go down. What else can we cut? 2 Feed the Swarms. Deadly Alliance is fine because it also hits Planeswalkers, and we do want some creature removal in our deck. Maybe like 1 Fireblade Charger and 1 Fissure Wizard. I don't think we're going to have any problem filling our graveyard this game because our opponent's going to kill our stuff. So we should be able to get Luris and call the Death Dweller value even without discarding our own stuff. Like, our opponent should do that for us naturally. Helps us out, let's say, by killing all of our stuff. We just want to party, opponent. Just let us party. Come join the party. All right, on to game 2. We are on the draw, unfortunately. Well, okay. We got a plan. That plan is to Archfiend's Vessel and then reanimate them once our opponent kills them. Wow, so many. So many Call the Death Dwellers. Well, Archfiend's Vessel, go. Opponent. Swamp. Well, go to combat. Attack. Hit our opponent. Archfiend's Vessel. Party Cleric. And tap land. Go. Opponent. Frantic Inventory draws a card. Sure. The only downside of these Archfiend's Vessels is once we get them back, they're gone. We're going to get the 5/5s, but if our opponent can kill the 5/5s... Ooh, Nighthawk Scavenger. That's not ideal. Ooh. Okay, drain ya. Okay, that is an issue. We perhaps may have sideboarded out too much removal. I was not expecting Nighthawk Scavenger. Tap land for our opponent. Kills our Blood Priest. Gets in. Down to 22. Or, yeah, opponent's back up to 20. Yeah, Scavenger's an issue. Well, play a land. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Good sideboard tech against our deck. Get in. Hit ya. Yeah, I guess we get Luris and pass the turn. Ooh, Inventory Part 2. Yeah, Inventory is such a swingy card. If you draw 1, it's pretty bad, but once you get 2, they start to chain together, and then they become really strong. Huh. Well, I guess we'll have to sideboard in some more removal. If our opponent's Nighthawk Scavenging. I guess our opponent, they just want to join the party. Adding a rogue to the party. Well, go to combat. Attack our opponent. Opponent takes it. Down to 18. Play the Bug Catcher. Play a land, pass the turn. Oh boy, yeah. It is the Frantic Inventory game. When you got a ball at the top of your deck, it's so good. And yeah, I mean, so far opponents what, around 3, 4, 5, 6 for 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's pretty good. We will Village Rites the Bug Catcher. Draw a couple cards. Opponent grows a Scavenger, which is an issue. Tap land, gets and hits us. Well, duress our opponent. The duresses are good. We don't mind drawing duresses. Opponent negates the duress. Well, we will duress our opponent. Oh, jeez. Oh yeah, there's no way we beat any of this. Okay. Yeah, I think we just, yeah, we're just done. Yeah, well, that is the power of drawing 6 extra cards. We drew our duresses too late, and our opponent had a pretty insane... All right, let's bring in the Scorching Dragonfires. And our opponent had a pretty insane card draw hand. So we'll go down another Fissure Wizard. And maybe one more, right? Go down Fissure Wizards. Go up a little bit more removal in the Scorching Dragonfires to have a way to deal with Nighthawk Scavenger, which was a pretty big issue. We are on the play for Game 3, which hopefully is helpful. Boy, this is a one-lander, but it is... You know what? We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this and pray really hard to the Magic Gods. Then we draw another land. Because we have a lot of stuff that we want. Bloodfell Caves, go. Opponent. Come on, lands. Come on, lands. Tap land for opponent. All right, that's a land. So we will Fireblade Charger. Bloodfell Caves, go. Good old budget mana. Opponent. Crawling Barrens and Tome. Ooh, all right, well, play a land. Play Duress. This does draw our opponent cards, though, which is bad. So opponent has a handful of removal again. Take Extinction Event. Acquisitions Expert. Opponent scries to the top. That's not great. Take Heartless Act. Go attacking. So opponent draws what they put on top. I would assume a land, but we'll see. All right, Seagate Restoration. Opponent passes. I'll go to combat. Attack our opponent. Fissure Wizard. Discard Scorching Dragonfire. And pass the turn. Opponent draws a card. If they left another Frantic Inventory on top, I'm going to be very angry. Very angry about these Frantic Inventories. About it. Untaps. On top again. Plays a land. Extinction Event. Well, we will sacrifice Acquisition Expert. Draw a couple cards. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, that's good. We might have a shot now. Opponent gets, I mean, this is a 4-mana 1-for-1. Gets rid of the 2-drop. Name's even. Now we get to play the Mountain. Play Bug Catcher. Acquisition Expert. Oh my goodness, they're so good at drawing them. Alright, opponent. Extinction event number 3 off the top. Untaps. No scry with a tome. Opponent wants to draw cards. Plays a land. Eliminate in hand. Draws a card. The tome is almost gone. What do they find? Opponent passes. We draw a swamp that isn't great. We go to combat. We attack our opponent. Opponent. Looking at our things. Trying to decide what to kill. Gonna gain 4 life and draw a card next turn, which isn't ideal. Eliminates the bug catcher. Drops to 14. Well, play Blood Priest. Hits you to 11. Land Luris. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to draw, go back up to 15. What do they find? Plays a land. Tome finally gone for now. Extinction events also mostly gone. We've gone through 3 extinction events here on turn whatever. Ooh, Call the Death Dweller, sweet. I'll go to combat, attack you. Opponent takes it to 11. Luris. Acquisitions expert. Party time. It's party time. Opponent digs, okay. Finds a Blood Chief's Thirst, but we get a peek. We will take the Blood Chief's Thirst. We will play the land, and the party's coming. The party's coming. We might actually have this, opponent. What do they draw? Plays a land. I'll play the bug catcher. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay. Opponent hits a Shark Typhoon. Blocks Luris. Drops to 6. Play the land, pass the turn. That was a really good draw for our opponent and a really good time. We'll see. Opponent passes. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Oh my goodness, they're chaining them together. Okay. Blocks. Blocks. I think this is okay, though. Opponent goes to 3. I think this works. We get to play Bug Catcher. Call the Death Dweller. Blood Priest. Burn you out. Oh! Exactsies! Opponent sharked us a ton, but can't keep up with the party. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, that actually works super well. Sweet. All right, budget magic time. We are partying hard in Standard. Rakdos, party aggro, and we can't keep this one. Well, all right. I guess this will keep. This hand's not thrilling. A little bit slow. I mean, we got a little bit of a party happening. This is one of those parties where you try to throw in, like, your one best friend shows up and no one else shows up, and then you're sad. that's this hand. All right, let's see what our opponent's up to. I mean, it's functional. It's functional. Well, we'll keep. We'll put a mountain to the bottom and tap land go. Swamp for our opponent, and okay. Opponent's roguing. Well, we don't mind getting milled too much since we do have, like, Luris, and we do have Call the Death Dweller, so getting milled is not the end of the world. Also might help us get this Croxa back eventually. Fabled Passage, opponent cracks it. Grabs an island, and... Is our opponent thinking about killing this? What's going on here? Maybe they have another Thieves Guild in I have no idea what's happening at the moment. Alright, opponent passes. Well, play a land... Fireblade Charger. Blood Priest. Go attacking. Opponent goes 15. Untaps. Swamp. Nighthawk Scavenger's kind of an issue. Oh, so yeah, that is definitely an issue. Oh, there goes more Call the Death Dwellers too. Okay. That's not good. Well, we draw a Swamp. We play Croxa. Make our opponent discard. Blood Priest. Drain our opponent. Get in with the Bug Catcher. Opponent goes to 10. Yeah, this Nighthawk Scavenger is a problem. Opponent plays a land. Cracks it. Island. Soaring Thought Thief mills us. Heartless Act on the Bug Catcher. Grows the Dorks. Ugh, this Nighthawk Scavenger. We need a removal spell. Mills us. We need a removal spell. Bloodfell Caves. Well, alright. We will Croxa. 1, 2, 3, 4... Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shrink the Scavenger. Make our opponent discard. Oh, we really need to draw a removal spell. Discards Academ's Awakening. We play a land. No attacks, unfortunately. Our one Croxa is paying dividends, though. Alright, opponent kills Croxa. I mean, if they attack, though, that gives us the cards to Kroxa again. Wow, they're going to attack. All right. Mills us. Hits us down to 16. Ugh, how do we want to do this? We can Luris. Or we can Kroxa. Yeah, let's Kroxa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get back, Kroxa. Hit our opponent. Play the land. Go attack it. This Kroxa is allowing us to, like, sort of manage this Nighthawk Scavenger. Opponent takes it to 11. Brazen Borrower's Kroxa. Okay. Gets in with everything-ish. Mills us. Grows the Nighthawk Scavenger. We drop to 11. We'll get Luris. Play Luris. Go attacking. This is, like, really close. This Nighthawk Scavenger is the issue. If we could have killed this Scavenger, I think we're in really good shape. Merfolk Windrobber for our opponent. Mills us. Yeah. Gets in. Mills us. Hits us. Down to 6. Well, we will Kroxa. Hit our opponent. Kroxa. Escape. 1. 1. Ugh. Alright. This is awkward, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit our opponent. Attack. 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 Yeah, attack, attack, attack. Opponent takes it to 2. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, opponent, what do they draw? Oh, it's another removal spell for Kroxa. Opponent's so good at hitting those. Runs out the Brazen Borrower. Mills us. Grows 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. Wow, this is. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Opponent gets in with Nighthawk Scavenger. And gets in with everything. Hits us. Goes back up to 7. We draw nothing. So, we will cast Kroxa with Luris. I think this works. Hit our opponent to 4. Kroxa. Exile stuff. Hit our opponent to 1. And then attack for lethal. Wow! Through the Scavenger! Somehow, some way. Wow, we did draw removal and our opponent gained so much life. And we still got there. Alright, that was a pretty sweet performance for our deck, I will say. Well, we were bringing 2 Scorching Dragonfires. 2 Shred Sails. Do we want even more removal? Like, how much removal can we bring in, and what can we go down? That's a big question. Cut a couple Fissure Wizards. Maybe go down, like, 1 Archfiend's Vessel. Go 1 Fissure Wizard? Go down 1 Call the Death... Well, Call the Death Dweller actually seems sweet with our opponent milling us. Bring in another Feed the Swarm? Maybe we just run it like... Jeez, that's tough. Tough, tough, tough. Alright, let's try it like that, I think. Get in as much removal as we can while still keeping our threats, hopefully. All right. Well, okay. We got our Kroxa, our one of, and Kroxa was pretty essential last game, so I think we keep this based mostly on Kroxa. Our mana's a little clunky, but Kroxa is good. Well, let's see what happens. Island for our opponent, and Windrobber. Well, land, Archfiend's Vessel, go. Put it. Land and Soaring Thought Thief, sure. Gets in, hits us. Mills us. Mills us some more. Play the land in Kroxa. Make a discard. Brazen Bar, we're down. No attacks. Well, hopefully we can use this Kroxa to empty the graveyard at some point, unless our opponent has graveyard hate. Another Windrobber. We would still like to draw removal for this Thought Thief, though. Oh, no! Alright, now we are most likely dead. Yeah, we needed that. Well, that's a Feed the Swarm, so we get to kill Soaring Thought Thief, play a land, Archfiend's Vessel, go attacking. Alright, so that gives us a bit of hope. That drawing removal was big. That does give us some hope. Losing our Kroxa, though, to that Cling to Dust was pretty painful. We did really want that to stick around, to empty our graveyard at least. I guess Lures can get creatures out of our graveyard eventually, but, well, alright, opponent, you're out of cards for now, until you start running with Castle Lockwayne. They need many cards in their graveyard to cling to dust again. So that's off the table for the time being. Maybe this Lure sticks and can let us rebuild and get some cards out of our graveyard. All right, opponent takes it. Attempts. What do they find? All right, just a Scry land. To the bottom. Gets in, mills us. Oh, we would have liked that card draw and that Call of the Death Dwellers. Opponent passes. Well, play a land. Bug Catcher. Blood Priest. Drain you. Go attacking. I mean, we are ahead on board right now, and our opponent is still out of cards. Opponent gets in, hits us. Wow, they're staying aggressive. Mills and mills. Nighthawk Scavenger is what we're scared of most. Opponent passes. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent's thinking. If they drew removal, they probably kill Bug Catcher, I assume. Or they might have to hold on to it for Lurrus. Like, Lurrus, if that goes unchecked, it's going to be insane. That's going to draw so many cards. I think opponent's torn between drawing a card and killing something. All right. Well, get in. Hit ya. Pump ya. Opponent goes to 11. Fireblade Charger. Get a Lurrus. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Wow, did not even draw a card. Interesting. Land. At some point, wow, still not going to block. All right, gets in, hits us, mills us. Passes. I'll play the land. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent. Down to 3. Lurrus. Get back Bug Catcher. All right, opponent, you need something really good because the party's coming for you, rogues. All right. I mean, are rogues playing a Wrath that we don't know about? Otherwise, I feel like we just have this. We're far enough ahead that even if our opponent kills Lurrus, like, I guess Nighthawk Scavenger, that's the card that scares us still, just because of the life gain. Opponent gets it, mills us. Is this an admission of a defeat, or is it a I drew? Actually, no. Opponent needs to kill Lurrus too, because if they don't, we just recast this Blood Priest, and that's lethal immediately. So our opponent needs, like, Nighthawk Scavenger plus kill Lurrus, or a very surprising Wrath out of a aggro-y rogue deck. I guess they can cash in these Wind Robbers to draw cards and try to find something, but... Alright, we go to 16. Opponent, mills. I'm expecting desperate sacking of Wind Robbers here, most likely. Thieves Guild Enforcer, okay. Mills. Still dead on board and scoops it up. All right. Party taking down the rogues. And for the amount of rares and mythics we have in this deck, it actually feels pretty powerful. I like it. Sweet. All right. Budget magic time. We are partying in Standard this week. 2 rare, 2 mythic, Rakdos party aggro. And see what our opponent's doing. I mean, deck super budget everywhere, which is sweet. Yeah, all right. I mean, we got a party curve. Cleric into Warrior Rogue. Into Warrior Rogue into, Reanimate, Lurrus, whatever. We'll keep. All right, opponent. What are you doing over there? What are you doing? All right, so opponent probably either Adventures or just Omnath, one or the other. Probably going to play the Warrior first to try to maximize how many cards we see with Acquisition Expert. All right, Lovestruck Beast and a tap land. Ooh, there's a wizard. I'll play the land. Go to combat. Attack ya. Ooh, all right, new plan. Please block. Please block. Oh. All right, opponent takes it. Well, in that case, I think we play Bug Catcher. Was hoping they would block and we could Fissure Wizard, discard, and reanimate both and get a 5/5 and Acquisitions Expert, but this Lovestruck Beast is big. That's going to be an issue. All right, there's a Lovestruck Beast. Opponent passes. More lands. Play a Swamp. Get a Lurrus. Pass the turn. And not super happy with where we're at. Oh, dear. All right, getting less happy with where we're at. Lucky Clover. And a land. And passes. Well, let's play a land. Fissure Wizard. Discard a land. Acquisitions Expert. Full party. See the whole hand. Oh, dear. All right, we'll take Faya Wishes. And pass the turn. All right, so our opponent's hand's not great at the moment. That is good news. On the other end, our opponent's always like one draw away from doing insane things, which is a bad news. Plays a land. Ooh, interesting. Well, play the land. Croxa make you discard. Holds on to the Mystical Dispute. Well, we will go to... Do we just want to get rid of the Mystical Dispute? Let's pass about it. Passing. Alright, untap. Go to combat. Attack. So we can sack whatever opponent blocks profitably to village rights. Draw a couple cards. Opponent drops to 12. Another Fissure Wizard. Discard Fissure Wizard. Pass the turn. Alright, I mean, I'm still afraid of the whammy falling with this Lucky Clover out, but... Oh! Pona scoops it up! Pona scoops it up! Okay, we got there. The party! Good enough somehow. Even through the Love Struck Bees. Well, we will bring in... Alright, so we're definitely bringing in 2 more Feed the Swarms. The question is, do we bring in Shredded Sails? Yeah, I guess we have to. Bring it in as a way to deal with Lucky Clover and just do a little trimming. A little trimmy trim. Yeah, so go down a Fireblade Charger. Go down... Fissure Wizard seems to be the most easy card to cut. Yeah, let's go down one more Fissure Wizard. Right like that. Alright. Well, we're up a game, which is key. That means we only got to steal one of these next 2 against the Adventure deck, which would be sweet. And I mean, even if we lose the next 2, at least we showed that we can beat it. Ooh. I think we keep this. Like, it's a little sketchy because we only got 1 land, but Feed the Swarm is good. If we get to 2 lands, we can play pretty much everything. So I think we're gonna keep this and trust that the Magic Gods like to party. Ugh, maybe not. Maybe the Magic Gods do not like to party. That's a 3-drop, which is roughly infinite mana at the moment. Opponent, land. Well, Fireblade Charger. Okay, that's also not a land. Magic Gods don't like to party. Forest, Love Struck Beast. Not a land. Well, Fireblade Charger. Uh-oh. 1 land, 1 keep might be backfiring. Too much faith in the Magic Gods. Oh, it's hard to pass up 2 Feed the Swarms, though, when removal is what we really want. We have, like, all of our good sideboard cards for this matchup. Beanstalk Giant. Opponent gets a Mountain. Passes. Well, oh, jeez. All right. Well, gotta do what you gotta do when you're land hungry. Fireblade Charger. Sack it. Kill the 1/1. See if we can hit a land, please. Alright, we do. It's tap, but it's a land. Play the tap land, gain a life. No attacks. Discard Archfiend's Vessel. Well, we got to land number 2, which is good. Fae of Wishes from the sideboard. Ew, what is our opponent getting? Alright, getting card draw. That is scary, for sure. Oh, he draws Swamp, so let's play the Swamp. What do we do here? Oh, opponent's gonna have a really good turn next turn, aren't they? Well, I mean, I guess we just do this. Reanimate, spend our mana, get a 5/5. Maybe the 5/5 can jank him out. Opponent untaps. Well, cards will be drawn. Brazen Borrower also beats our 5/5. Escape to the Wilds. Draws Brazen Borrower, which beats our 5/5. Land. Land. Ugh. Yeah, that's tough. That's a hard part of these matchups is the Adventures deck and the Omnath deck just have so many cards where it's like 1 card wins the game. And essentially everything you do up to that point isn't super relevant. That's what makes these matchups so tricky and difficult. Innkeeper for our opponent. Passes. We draw land. Well, we will play the land. We will Feed the Swarm. Love Struck Beast. We will Feed the Swarm, Edgewall Innkeeper. Kill them all, kill them all. Go attacking. I assume our 5/5's getting bounced here. Yeah, 5/5 bounced. Well, hit you for 2, down to 18. Alright, what do you got, opponent? I assume they want to finish casting. Alright. Fae of Wishes from the sideboard. I don't know how we ever beat like an Ugin if our opponent finds it. That's going to be tough. Opponent's still at 18, which is definitely a concern. Opponent's been able to play much better defense this game. Okay, that is an Ugin, which I have no idea how we ever beat. Okay. Opponent plays a land. Runs out Fae of Wishes. Runs out Fae of Wishes. Yeah, this one's probably over now. Opponent passes. How can we get out of this? Can we get out of this? Well, Croxa. Make you discard. Yeah, I mean, the Ugin's just game, though. That's the thing. We can't beat the Ugin, so none of this matters. Fae of Wishes, target it. Go attacking. Well, we got wished. Found it down to 16. Ugin. And yeah, I mean, I think we just concede now. I mean, that's part of what makes Adventure Deck so good. There's a whole bunch of reasons it's good, but one of them is you get access to things like this from your sideboard. And, I mean, I guess we can do this. Not that it does anything. I mean, it's just, all right, it's just over. We're gonna scoop. There's no way we can beat the Ugin. We gotta be more aggressive. Well, we get to be on the play for game 3, and we managed to win in game 1. That game, the issue is our opponent they were on the play, they managed to get their defenses up, and start wishing, and wishing for card draw, and then wishing again for Ugin. Like, what do you do about that? How can our deck ever beat that? Well, we can't keep this, because we can't cast anything. Oh, no. Oh, no. Betrayed by the... Oh, boy. Wow. All right. Boom. 3 cards to the bottom. Let's do it. Is there any even slightly possible way we win this game? I think we're on 0%. All right. Well, yep. Well, Mold of 4 is not what we wanted. We just couldn't cast any spells the last 3 hands. Like, literally none. Well, Bugcatcher go. Yeah, this is exactly the opposite of what we needed, which was a very aggressive start. There's a Clover. Well, we will Ammunitions Expert. Make it discard something, but we don't have the resources here. Ugh. Well, that's kind of a brutal way for this to go after winning game 1. Like, game 1, I feel like we beat our opponent fairly. Game 2, I feel like they beat us fairly. This game is a win for the Magic Gods. Just can't really do much about how this played out. Lucky Clover number 2. Well, we will Croxa, make you discard. But with 2 Lucky Clovers, anything our opponent does is insane. Hit ya. Down to 10. 3 Lucky Clovers, I mean. And a land. And passes. Well, get Lurrus. Go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent goes to 6. Play the land, pass the turn. Innkeeper. Land. Well, alright. Okay, do we actually have a shot after all this? Lurrus. Croxa with Lurrus. Make you discard. It was a land! Oh my god! Oh my god, we're gonna win this. Oh my goodness, we won! Oh my goodness! On the Moldifor! On the Moldifor! Ah! Oh! We aggroed out one of the best decks in Standard on a Moldifor! That is ridiculous. I thought we were drawing dead. The odds of winning that are so incredibly tiny, but our opponent, they kept 1,000,000 Lucky Clovers, no adventure cards, and we were able to get there on the Okay, well, if you need a testament of the deck having some potential, it might be that Moldifor win. Like, wow, that should not work out, but it did, especially against that deck. Holy. All right, sweet. Wow. All right, budget magic time. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this. Trustee's Village Rites. I mean, it's a little land heavy. We got no 1-drops, but we can sack stuff to Village Rites to draw cards, and then get that stuff back with Lurrus and or in other ways. So hopefully it's fine. Ooh, all right. Fissure Wizard. Opponent's giving us some emotes and cracking some fabled passages. Well, party member number 1. How fun would it be to party with Fissure Wizard? Maybe that's how we should really be judging this deck, is like, how much would you want to party with the creatures in our party? Agonizing Remorse, boo. Probably takes a Village Rites. Wow, takes a creature, alright. Sure. Well, Bloodfell Caves. Go to combat. Attack, yeah. Pass the turn. Swamp for our opponent. Mire Triton. Mills a couple cards. I do approve of the Phyrexian Swamps. Alright, well, let's Village Rites that. Draw a couple cards. Parties against... Ooh, I like Archfiend's Vessel. I'll play Archfiend's Vessel. Play Fireblade Charger. Play a... Bloodfell Caves. Pass the turn. Mountain for our opponent. Our friend Croxa. We will discard a... Mountain. Down to 19. Opponent. Getting in We will take it. How do we beat a Croxa, though? Down to 17. Opponent passes. Now play the land. Go to combat. Attack our opponent. Get Luris. Pass the turn. Can we beat the Croxa? That's the big question. All right, gonna kill Fireblade Charger. So we'll Heartless. We will Village Rites it. Draw a couple cards. Kill Mire Triton. Ugh, all right. All right. No removal for Croxa still. Opponent exiles Archfiend's Vessel. Another Mire Triton. Mills a couple cards. Ooh, that's interesting. Play Luris. Play Fireblade Charger. Play the land, play Acquisitions Expert. Ugh, alright. Well, the Ox is good for our opponent in the graveyard. Land. So I assume our opponent's getting back Croxa. We can discard this Archfiend's Vessel and make a 5/5, which is sweet. Little concerned about this Ox. Does our opponent... How many cards are in the graveyard? 12? Wow, so they are very close to having enough to Ox and Croxa. I guess they could Ox first if they wanted to. Alright, there's a Croxa. Well, this works out, because we get to discard Archfiend's Vessel. Untap. Archfiend's Vessel. Get a 5/5. Bug Catcher. Blood Priest. Pass the turn. We got a pretty good party going. We got don't tell me you... Oh! Alright, so opponent top stacks Luris removal. Runs out Bone Crusher. Well, let's block. Kill Mire Triton. Draw nothing, so play Bloodfell Caves. Get in with the 5/5. Hit ya. Down to 11. We want to keep our opponent from being able to get back this Ox if we can help it. They're short on cards in the graveyard at the moment. And we can afford to take a... Alright, Aghadim's Awakening to mill cards to get Ox. Opponent goes attacking. Cleric, Warrior, Rogue. 6, 10. Oh, that's so much damage. What is our pathway to victory here? Is there a pathway to victory? Oh, that removal spell on our Luris was really brutal. We needed that to remain alive. So Ox is coming back next turn, refueling for our opponent. Oh, if we block, we're gonna lose 2 creatures. Ugh. Alright, let's chump. Oh, I guess we obviously should have chumped Croxa. That was stupid. Well, Acquisitions Expert. Attack our opponent. Opponent goes to 5. All right, this is it. They got a top deck removal. They got a top deck removal for our 5/5 where we get there. Opponent gets... No way. Oh, wow. Wow. Wowie zowie, wowie zowie. Okay. Well, that was unfortunate. Yes, we blocked wrong, but we put ourselves in a position where we're going to be able to win that game with 1 attack, even with the wrong block. Unfortunately, our opponent top decked the removal spell for our 5/5, which was what they needed. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. So yes, it's a punt. You can punt me in the comments, that's fine. But the punt wasn't actually relevant. The extra 2 life that we lost didn't really make a difference. Ugh. All right, well, we're on the play. Well, I guess we keep it. A little awkward because we have no threats. This might actually be wrong to keep. I like that we can deal with a Croxa, but we're going to need creatures that do things. More lands. Ugh. Yeah, this might have not been worth it, even though we can deal with Croxa. Tap land. Village Rites. Well, that's a card that's good if we draw creatures. Land for our opponent. Mire Triton. Mills a couple cards. More lands. I'll play Luris. Play a Swamp. Pass the turn. Not how we wanted to be doing this, but... Mountain for our opponent. Well, sack Luris. Draw a couple cards. Fizzle the Bone Crusher. Oh, no! Oh, still nothing. This is a whole lot of nothing we're drawing. All right, that's a card at least. I'll play the land, play a sad Blood Priest, drain our opponent for 1, pass the turn. Opponent. Another Bone Crusher. Untaps. Fable Passage. Leyline Tyrant. All right, so I think we have to do this. Untap. Oh boy, we've drawn so many lands. Well, kill the Leyline Tyrant. Yeah, we have drawn a pretty ridiculous amount of lands this game. Ay, 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 ay. I mean, I guess we started with a pretty land-heavy hand, but opponent gets a swamp, so they don't get to drain us. So I'll play the land, get back Luris, pass the turn. Opponent. Another Bone Crusher. And plays it. And a land. And cracks it. I'll play Fissure Wizard. Loot away a land. Play a land. Call the Death Dweller. Get Luris. Blood Priest. Drain ya. Pass the turn. Not a huge fan of where we're at, though. We just did nothing for a long time. Okay, opponent has Shatter Skull Smashing. And oh my goodness, and also Blood Chief's Thirst. Oh no, and another land. Ay. Well, the Flood of Doom, the Flood of Doom. Opponent untabs. Yeah, our opponent is not wanting to party. Not at all. And, I mean, I guess we won't scoop early because I don't want to get yelled at, but we need to win that last game, I think. This is not going well. Well, one of the things they say about aggro... Wow, another land. All right. One of the things they say about aggressive matchups is you want to be the bigger aggro deck, and in this case, our decks share some similarities. Our opponents just had the bigger deck with more removal spells and more Haymaker cards and many more rares and mythics. So, yeah. Ugh. Well, I guess you can't win them all. Huh. That was a sad party. Very sad. All right. Budget Magic time. We are Rakdos partying. Ooh, it's more lands than we want, but opponent's mulliganing. I guess we keep it. Keep it and hope that we do not keep drawing lands. That's a land. Well, Bloodfell Caves go. Okay, that's not what we were hoping for. That's another land. Island for our opponent. And oh my god, another. Oh dear god. All right, Bugcatcher go. Oh dear opponent. Untaps. Land. That's another land. Oh boy. Okay, so this is getting awkward. Well, run out of Blood Priest, go attacking. Yeah, this is exactly what we needed not to happen when we capped the 5-lander. 3 more lands in a row off the top. Vote it. Alright, Mountain. Seagate Stormcaller. Gonna double up some removal, I assume. Alright, so gonna kill our stuff. Yeah. Okay, another land in a row. I'll play the land. I mean, we're going to be able to cast everything. That is not a concern. Well, it's not a land for one, so play Luris. Play Bugcatcher. Opponent kills Luris. Bounces Bugcatcher. Yeah, we just don't really have enough action to compete at the moment. Opponent runs out Bone Crusher, gets in, hits us. Well, feed the Swarm Bone Crusher. Take infinite damage. Play a land. Play Robber of the Rich. Unfortunately, because we've drawn so many cards, because we have so many lands, we don't get to steal a card. Hit our opponent. Play the Bugcatcher. Ship the turn. Wow, the ultimate flood. Opponent. Reanimation would be good. Call the Death Dweller is probably what we want the most. Call the Death Dweller can get back Luris, and then that can get back something else. Well, Fissure Wizard. Discard one of our infinite lands. Fireblade Charger. Land. Go attacking. Hopefully steal something good here. We could use some action. Please not a land. Please not a land. Alright, Brazen Borrower. Turns on Riddle form. We steal nothing. Ugh. More. We can't get away from the lands. No matter how hard we try, it's always a land. From our deck or our opponent's deck. Opponent. Another Seagate Stormcaller. Last card is a double shock. Gonna kill our stuff. Going to turn on the Riddle form. Gets in, hits us, down to 12. We draw somehow another land. Crash through, turns on Riddle form. Yeah, and I mean, I guess that does it. We just have not... We've drawn too many lands to actually play a game of... Oh my god. Wait, where are we at? No attacks. We've discarded 1. Opponent hits another... Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? 11 lands. Who out of our 23 land deck? Yeah, that's not going to do it. That is not going to do it 100% of the time. All right, so Scorching Dragon fires in. Go down a couple Fissure Wizards. I mean, I guess in some sense we probably did that to ourselves. In the sense that we kept a 5-land opener. Unfortunately, we continued to just draw lands every single turn of that game, and we just... Alright, well, now we got the opposite problem. Okay, we'll keep this. Oh boy, Magic Gods. Why? Why do you hate the party, Magic Gods? Opponent keeps 7. Plays a land. Well, we will play a land. We will play Fissure Wizard. Discard Kroxa. Pass the turn. Opponent, land. Kills our Fissure Wizard. Play the land, get Lurrus. Pass the turn. Riddle Form. And a land. Alright, so we get a land. We will feed the Swarm the Riddle Form. Enchantment removal in black. Oh, so dirty. Make our opponent discard. I feel bad about that. Like, I feel bad that that's what happened. Wow. Alright, gives us a real card. Pass the turn. Opponent kills our rogue. Plays a land. Stormwing Entity. Yeah, that's an issue. We can't actually kill that at the moment. Another Call the Death Dweller. I'll play Lurrus. Pass the turn. Another land would have been nice. We could play something, but... Opponent kills Lurrus. Grows Stormwing Entity. Gets and hits us. I'll call the Death Dweller. Get back Lurrus. No land to cast anything past the turn. Crash through. Trying to draw a removal spell. Opponent finds a removal spell. Gets and hits us down to 10. Now, last time we did draw a land, so we get to call the Death Dweller. Get back Lurrus. Play Acquisitions Expert. Make our opponent discard. Get rid of the Crash through. Do they have another removal spell for Lurrus? We really need this Lurrus to live now. 1 card in hand. What is it? What is it? Is it really? Is it really another one? Opponent gets and hits us. Down to 7. Passes. Alright, so we get to play a land. Play Fissure Wizard from our graveyard. Discard Fissure Wizard. Blood Priest. Drain ya. Go attacking. Opponent had Brazen Borrower. Oh, so we might be dying anyway. What does our opponent draw? Another spell and we're dead, unless we top deck. I mean, spell plus Brazen Borrower. Ugh. Alright. Opponent, oh my goodness, it's exactly what our opponent needed. Exactly it. Ooh, Deadly Alliance does give us hope. Slightly. So we play Lurrus. We have Rogue Cleric. Well, play Fissure Wizard. No looting. Play the land. Go to combat. Attack. Opponent goes to 13. Opponent. Brazen Borrowers. We kill the Stormwing Entity. Okay. Well, that's what we got. What does our opponent find? We need this Lurrus to start getting us life. Opponent. Come on. Stick. Gets it, hits us to 3. Draw for the turn. Alright. Well, we get to... Let's play Acquisition Expert. Oh my goodness! They top decked it again! And that's game. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy running! Alright, well, good running. So what do we learn about Rakdos Party Aggro in Standard? And overall, I will say 2 big things about the deck. One is, considering it's got 2 rares and 2 mythics, the deck was pretty good. It was a lot more powerful than I thought it would be, and it actually feels like it can beat a reasonable amount of the top decks in Standard. So overall, we went 3-2 in our video matches. I was 4-3 overall with the deck, with a couple of other matches that didn't end up in the video. So overall, like, a pretty decent record for a deck that is just ridiculously cheap. And I think that's what you're looking for if you're trying to put together a deck on this tight of a budget on Arena. You basically want a deck that can win slightly more than it can lose, which is what you need to grind up to earn rewards, and I feel like this deck actually does that pretty well. On the other hand, there is one big issue with the deck, and a lot of the problems we had with the deck come from the mana base. Not so much that it's budget, in the sense that we have like Bloodfell Caves, but in the sense that we just don't have very many dual lands. We have just Bloodfell Caves, and then other than that, we're playing all basic lands in one Castle Lock Wayne. So some of our losses came from just not having the right colors of mana, like drawing a whole bunch of swamps and having a bunch of red cards in hand, or vice versa. So that is a big deal, and the easiest thing you can do to improve this deck, if you want to play this deck on the ladder on Arena, is to just add more dual lands to it. Add Temple of Malice, add Fabled Passage, like whatever you happen to have in your collection. It doesn't really matter. There's not one that's like way far above the rest, but just adding more dual lands over basic lands is going to improve the consistency a little bit. Going to make sure we don't have these mulligan into oblivion hands where we just are color screwed. So that's the easiest way to upgrade the deck. Oddly, when looking at upgrading the deck, there's not a whole lot to do to the main deck, really. The one change I would make is to switch out Fissure Wizard for Magmatic Channeler. This is assuming you don't care about budget and you have the wild cards to do it. I think that Magmatic Channeler is just like a better Fissure Wizard. Otherwise, because we really want Lurrus as our companion, there's not a whole lot of flexibility. It's not like we can play, I don't know, Nighthawk Scavenger, let's say, or Rankle Master of Branks. We can't really add in these more expensive cards or else we lose Lurrus as our companion, and having Lurrus as our companion felt really, really good in this deck, so I don't think you want to go that direction. Can probably make some slight changes to the sideboard, but really the sideboard felt pretty reasonable. I could see an argument for adding more Robber of the Riches, but I'm not sure what I would actually cut to add them. Maybe they could go on the sideboard and come in control matchups over like the Mind Drain, which feels fairly weak, I would say. But really, other than the mana base, I'm pretty happy with the main deck and even the sideboard. So it's really just the lands that could drastically use improving. If you're looking for a super cheap deck that's good enough to win presumably slightly more than it loses based on our experience on the ladder, rank up, earn rewards, upgrade the deck, upgrade into a top tier deck, I think Rakdos Party Aggro is a pretty good option for our current standard format. So anyway, that's been our budget magic for this week. Rakdos Party Aggro for standard. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.